Hello and welcome to Club 1 Part 6 of our Let's Play on YouTube, where we attempt to go from non-league football to winning the Champions League. We are back here today with Blyth Spartans. We've got two more games for you in the league. The first one against Curzon Ashton, who are 18th in the league, and the second one against Gateshead, who are currently 2nd. Now, since Thursday's episode, I have played 13 more games with the Spartans, and our form has been not great is what we're going to go with today. I'll quickly show you that one. So of those 13 games, as we can see, the last one you saw on Thursday was the match against Boston United, and we have been patchy at best and awful at worst. So as we can see here, we've actually played those 13 games. As I mentioned, we've only won 6 of these. We've drawn 1 and we have lost 6, but that doesn't really tell the full story, because as we can see, most of those losses came all at once. We've won the match against Bradford directly after last episode, but we then lost against York, Hereford and Leamington consecutively. We then drew against Kettering and then lost again. We did have a win there in the middle against Chester, but then we lost to Flyde, and at that point we've kind of had to change formation. So we have changed to a 4-3-3 formation, and that seems to have actually sorted us out. We are less leaky defensively, and we have won 4 of our last 5 games. But before I show you that formation, we will quickly talk about some transfers. We've had a couple out, and we have had 3 ins at the club. So as we can see, our 2 outs here. First up was Jordan Watson. He left on the 1st of January. Now, he could have been quite a good player for us, but he wasn't someone who was playing particularly regularly, and he has now gone over to Crusaders. Crusaders are in the NIFL Premiership. I'm guessing that's Northern Ireland. We have got 1.6k for him though, so we have managed, after he joined us on a free, played 5 games for us, we've got a 1.6k fee for him, which I think is quite a good deal. Alex Mitchell's also left. He did start off as our first choice goalkeeper, but actually hasn't played any games for us this season. My only concern is he's left the National League North and gone to play for Bolton as their backup goalkeeper, and I'm thinking maybe there's something I've missed, because he seems good enough apparently to play for Bolton, which may be slightly concerning, but we're not going to worry about it for the minute. We've then got 3 players that have come into the club. We first off got Miles Edmondson. Now, Miles Edmondson is a backup left back. He's basically replacing Watson, and we are paying him less money. He's also only expecting to be a breakthrough prospect. He's got 3-star current ability, and he has got the potential to grow a little bit and maybe grow with us. He's not brilliant. He is still quite young. He is only 20 years old, and I believe, if I remember rightly, he is just on he's on a part-time contract until the end of the season at the moment, so he might not even be someone we keep. Obviously, we've got him on a free. We've then got Tyler Brownsword here, who is a centre-back. He can also be a backup as a right-back and equally play as a defensive midfielder. Now, for us, mostly he's been playing as a centre-back. Again, 3.5-star current ability, potential to have a full 5 yellow stars of potential ability, which could be really, really good for us. He is currently the 2nd best centre-back at the club, but he has the potential to overtake Nathan Buddle there, so I think he's a good pickup as well. And then last but not least, we've got Aaron Cunningham. Now, Aaron Cunningham again is a centre back in theory, but we've kind of brought him in to play as a defensive midfielder. He's got 3-star current ability with potential again to have 4.5 stars. He's not the best player in any of our position, but he does offer us nice cover in both of those roles, and that leads us on to our tactic at the moment. So we are playing a 4-3-3. It's very much, in terms of instructions, quite similar to what we were playing before in that 4-4-2 formation, but now we've just got that defensive midfielder that's helping cover our defense a little bit. And the whole reason we changed to this is purely when I was looking at the stats and the data, our defence was super leaky, and it was all coming from that centre of the park. We were getting lots of long shots that we were conceding and things like that, so this has helped us out a little bit. It does mean we also have a bit more depth maybe going forward. Maguire was our main striker, but he wasn't really scoring that many goals, and Brown Sterling had dried up a little bit on the goal front as well, although we can see now he has scored 14 goals for the club this season. The only other thing of interest happening at the club is we are now studying for our National B licence, which isn't super important right this second. But moving forward, obviously, if we do eventually move on from Blyth Spartans, it should allow us to get some better jobs. So that is definitely a positive. For now, though, we're going to go and have that match against Curzon Ashton. And this is the lineup for that one. We've got Mac Johnston in goal. We've then got Liddell, Brownsword, Buddle and Evans as our back four. We've got Cunningham, Sharif and Clark in midfield. And we've got O'Donnell, Brown Sterling and McNow as our front three. Now McNow has been brought in purely because he seemed to be performing better than Maguire. Right this second, he's not actually proving it, so he's probably got this game to go out and get a goal, and if he doesn't, then maybe Dan Maguire will be coming back into the squad. But this is definitely the team we've been mostly playing with, and it's performing quite well at the moment, so we're going to stick with it. I'm now going to have to go through all the menus, of course, because I wasn't technically on the match menu at that point. That's the one. I knew there was one who was on non-contract, so Tyler Brownsword is the one that is actually on a non-contract with the club at the moment, so we're paying him per game, which I don't know if it's a good thing or not, because we're paying him per game, but equally we are playing in most games, so it would probably make more sense to have him on a contract, but less sense financially because we don't really have the budget for it. As always, guys, if you do enjoy today's episode, please do drop a like down below the video. It really does help out with the YouTube algorithm, and I'd really appreciate it. Hopefully, though, we can keep up our good form here. We can see we are in 7th place, so we've just snuck back into those playoff positions. We were as low, I think, at one point as 12th in that run. We've instantly conceded. That's not really a fantastic start. Less than 6 minutes on the clock, and we've conceded a corner. It's kind of been nodded down to the far post there, and Curzon Ashton have just tapped that one home. Really easy for them. And yes, Blyth Spartans, they're not really showing the form we've been displaying in the last few matches. McNow, though, is trying to show you exactly how we've been playing. That was a very weak shot, as it turns out. Not really what we're looking for up front. I don't know what we need in this squad. We need something. We need goals, but we equally need to not be conceding every 4.5 seconds in a match, which we've been doing less of the last 5 matches, because it was painful. That 13 matches we've played since Thursday's episode, we have lost a lot of them, and it became a little bit of a grind playing. Have you ever done that? Comment down below if you had that team in Football Manager where it doesn't seem to matter what you do, what you throw at it, you just can't get a win. And we seem to have gone through that pain barrier and come out the other side, and we do seem to be winning again and getting a bit more consistent form. Big ball forward here to McNow. Straight at the goalkeeper, though. That wasn't very good, though, was it? I was kind of thinking he was going to bury that one. Again, I hate to think how many times I've said that in this Let's Play so far, and we're only on episode 6. We are the team that's definitely ahead on form here if you're looking at the match stats, but we're not showing it here. One corner, and that's completely undone us. We are now, of course, losing the match. Cunningham with a big ball forward for McNow to chase, but the Curzon Ashton defender is going to get there before him, and they're trying to build from the back here now. Can we cut this one out before it gets all the way to our area and probably results in a goal? We're definitely a team that if we can stop players coming down the pitch, we're all right. But if we let them get anywhere near our area, we're probably conceding. I don't know who I'd blame for that. Do I blame my goalkeeper? I mean, here, feel like I'm blaming my defenders, because somebody really should have closed him down before he got there. And I don't know, maybe this is a bit of a lack of pace in defence. I'm definitely thinking we may get into the playoffs this season. Right now, I am not seeing it, because the moment we've come back to show you a video, we've started losing again. I'm very tempted. I mean, we're going to just change our instructions to work into box here for a second, so we're not taking quite as many long shots, so maybe there'll be someone supporting McNow, and that was the most pointless highlight I've ever seen. We literally clocked into a highlight and we just left again. Cool. Some stuff happened. We don't know what it was and we'll never know, but we didn't score a goal, so that's probably the only thing we're concerned about right now. Sharif here to Brown's sword. We are now attempting to build from the back, and we kind of need at least one goal before half time, because I don't think we get back in this otherwise. O'Donnell here trying to make it happen. Back to McNow. That is the worst finish I have possibly ever seen from a player. What was that shot? Okay, so we're not going to get this goal before half-time, are we? Do we throw a water bottle at these people's heads? Possibly. I mean, let's point the finger. I want a much better display in that second half. We're going to point the finger at the lads. We're going to let them know we're unhappy with that, guys. Sort it out. Just not good enough for us. And again, we've had 11 shots here. We need to be putting one of these away. We need to be putting 3 or 4 of them away, really, if we want to be at the top of this league and be challenging for promotion, which, again, I fully acknowledge Blyth Spartans not meant to be challenging for promotion this season. Not at all. We're the bookies' favourite, the chairman's favourite, and everyone else anything connected with the club are saying that we should be maybe going down rather than challenging for promotion. We're lucky to even be here and in consideration to be staying up this season. I don't think we're in any risk unless I have the worst collapse anyone has ever seen on Football Manager YouTube. I don't think we're likely to be getting relegated here, but we certainly do not look like a team that's capable of challenging for anything at the moment. I mean, I don't think we can challenge for league. I don't think we could challenge for a cup. I don't think we could challenge for a teacup right now, let alone a piece of silverware. That seems to be way, way beyond us. We equally need to be doing something here, and right now we're not showing anything in this second half. I mean, Ben Clark, you can come off because you've been absolutely useless in that playmaker role. We're going to bring on Sean Reed instead. And we're once again going to see a very weird highlight where we don't really see it. Edmondson here launching that ball forward. And what was the point of that exactly? You had 3 of our players unmarked, Edmondson, and you've chucked it to the opposition team. Nicely done. He does play a nice ball forward there to O'Donnell though, so we'll stop breaking him for a second. O'Donnell into Brown Sterling. Brown Sterling for his 15th goal of the season. We've got 8 or 9 minutes left. Can we actually salvage anything from this match? I mean, I would have preferred a win, but at this point I will definitely 100% take a draw. Good cross there from O'Donnell into Brown Sterling. Just a really easy ball for him to tap home there. Drilled in nice and low just at that far post. And simple as you like for Brown Sterling, who's definitely the best player we've got at this club currently. Doesn't look like we are going to be getting that draw though. It looks like we're going to be getting a 2-1 loss against Curzon Ashton. Now, as I said, we're 18th in the league. We've just gone and lost to them, and now we've got to go and have a look at Gateshead, who are 2nd in the league and in fantastic form last time I looked at them, which is a less than ideal scenario. Gateshead still 2nd at the moment. They're a little bit off the pace of Flyde there, but equally, we've just dropped out of the playoff positions and are now 9th in the league. We're not miles out of the playoffs because obviously Stockport have played the same games at us and they're only 1 point ahead of us. So it's very easy for us to climb back into those positions. But actually, if we are having a look at the league, it's quite easy for us to start dropping down the league if we let our bad form get on top of us again. And I feel like Gateshead is going to be a very difficult game now. Well, we're not quite at the Gateshead match yet, but this is an interesting email. Apparently, our chairman is looking to step aside from the club and we are subject to a takeover bid. I can't see us getting bags of money, but I'd be willing for someone to give me a little bit of a transfer budget. But we can't worry about that right now. We need to fully focus on this match against Gateshead. We have just made the one change since that last match, which is just to put in Maguire up front, and McNow isn't even making the subs bench today. But we need to see a much, much better performance from the side today than we just did against Curzon Ashton, because we can't start going on a really bad run of form again. Just before obviously coming into this episode, I mentioned it at the start of the episode how good a last 5 games we'd had. We'd lost 1, but we'd won 4 quite comfortably, and then we come into just bad form again, and we seem to be very much a club that does this a lot. The takeover would be interesting. I always think it is interesting a non-league club to see a takeover and to see how that can change things. It doesn't normally come with bags and bags of money, I found, in Football Manager, obviously, because I don't think there'd be bags and bags of money involved in a takeover. Maguire through on goal here. Maguire, too tight an angle, and it's a goal kick. So he just completely missed a goal then. I thought someone had blocked it. Never mind. But it would be interesting to see how a takeover would affect the club. So I'll keep you informed of that if any updates happen. We've not received anything yet. Sharif here to Maguire. Maguire trying to launch an attack of his own there over to O'Donnell out on the left. O'Donnell, can he get across into the box? He holds it up, cuts it back to Sharif. Sharif, far post to Brown Sterling. It's been cleared by the Gateshead defender. Both highlights so far have been us on the attack, and you can only take that as a good sign, I guess. But we need to be putting these ones away this time. Obviously, a huge amount of shots for us in the first match of this episode, but nothing to show for it in the end. Cunningham to Brown's head. Brown's head? Brown's sword. Get your players' names right, you moron. Sharif now through on goal. Sharif has put it wide of the post as well. So many highlights and we cannot get a goal. We've got to get one at some point. Luck has got to change. Either that or I need to sign a striker. Do you think Erling Haaland will come over to Blyth Spartans? I think it's unlikely, but I am willing to have a try, provided that he shows up on my scout reports, because that's kind of the rules of this Let's Play, which if you haven't seen the rules, pop down. They are in the description on every episode as well. There is a bit of a set of rules to add to realism within the save. We are just holding the ball here quite nicely though. Brown Sterling over to Buddle, out to Evans, to Clark now. Very, very much retaining possession in the middle of the park. And now it's a ball into Maguire and we've instantly lost it. We were playing quite well there. I think we should have kept that one low and not gone for that sort of dinked cross into the box, because it never seems to come off for us. And they've launched a big ball forward. And once again, we've been carved open by those balls that they're kind of through balls that just go behind our defence. And all four of my defenders all have the turning circle of a tank, and just don't seem to be able to turn around fast enough if we get those balls going behind them. O'Donnell now. O'Donnell, can you get across into the box? You can't. Liddell has kind of headed that one forward. O'Donnell again now into Brown Sterling. He's got his head to it, but it is saved. It wasn't too powerful a header at the end of it. And there's just going to be a big distribution forward there. Again, we've got our head to it. Liddell's dinked it forward with his head to O'Donnell. We're on the attack again here. Brown Sterling played that one forward for O'Donnell. O'Donnell across the box, back to Brown Sterling. Oh, it's so close to a goal. So close to a goal for us in this match. We just don't seem to be able to find that killer touch we need to put the ball in the back of the net so far. We've had so many good opportunities in there. We are going to tell them that they are playing well, because we are playing well at the moment. We just seem to be either getting very unlucky or just not quite following through with the execution when we are getting the chances. I'm not sure whether to put it down to luck or performance or skill or what here, but we're getting the opportunities. It's just these ones here. Oh my goodness, what have you done there, Johnston? He's come for the ball, not picked it up, not dived on it, just let Gateshead in there. Really, it's kind of a free goal there for them in the end. Again, one of these just through balls for them to run onto. Johnston's kind of committed to coming for it and then kind of given up halfway through. He's come for the ball and then decided he doesn't really want it. Somebody else can have it and there's no one else there to have it. I'm going to demand more from the team. I think Gateshead have just got a yellow card. We have got a free kick on the edge of the box here. O'Donnell is going to take that one. He should be able to shoot from here straight into the wall. What a waste. The rebound there, fall into O'Donnell again, have another shot, and it's also very wasteful. Ben Clark is going to manage to get the ball here, recycle possession though. Can we make anything of this one? Sharif through to Maguire. Maguire's played it into O'Donnell. O'Donnell's managed to get a goal. Finally, the hard work is paid off and we have managed to pull it back to level terms. It's taken a lot of trying to do that. But that was, to be fair, that was a good bit of play. Maguire just popping it in front of O'Donnell, who's able to then place his shot, just slot that one past the goalkeeper. It's a really simple goal in the end, but it's just been a long time coming. Can we go now and get a second? We definitely deserve it. Liddell with a corner here to Cunningham. It's over the bar. Can we find that second goal? 14 shots for us, 4 for Gateshead. We're ahead by miles on possession as well. We definitely deserve one here. Everyone's playing pretty well. I mean, the standout performer in terms of a bad performance here really is Ben Clark, and he's on a 6.8. I mean, I say that. Reece Evans there on a 6.4, so he's not doing exactly fantastic, but he's not doing too bad, so we're not going to complain too much. But I do want to make a change here. Just who am I going to make it for? Deverdix, I can't remember. He wants to play as a deep lying or an advanced playmaker, so I think we take off Clark here and bring on Deverdix and Brown Sterling. I kind of want to take him off because he's tired, but I don't want to take him off yet because it's Brown Sterling, and Brown Sterling is fantastic. If you've never watched me on YouTube before, Brown Sterling is too good for this team. I mean, we got this guy on a free. I would like him to be scoring a couple more goals, really, and he's not. But equally, we now play him out on the wings. I'm not expecting him to do too much. Reece Evans is now on a 6.2. Boy, you need to sort yourselves out. We're going to put Brown Sword over there instead, and we'll bring on Toby Lees in the centre of the fence. And we do need to make one more change. Well, we need to take Brown Sterling off, really. So I guess we take Brown Sterling off and we put on Connor Thompson, who was playing in that position before we put Brown Sterling in there, and he's perfectly capable of it. He had some good performances. I just felt like putting Brown Sterling there was the better idea. Maybe it's not. Maybe we should return to putting Brown Sterling up front because he can bang in goals there, and putting Thompson out on the wing, and we just kind of sacrifice Maguire and McNeil. It's not a major issue. I'm quite happy to sacrifice both of them if it means Brown Sterling will score some goals. Johnston absolutely pouncing on that one. You didn't bother with the first goal. We wouldn't be in this position of drawing if you'd actually goalkeepered the first one. Is goalkeepered a verb? Can you goalkeep? Let me know. What do you guys think? Is goalkeepering an actual thing? Either way, he didn't save the goal, which is kind of the point here. Deverdix playing it forward to Maguire. He's put a ball forward for Thompson to run on to. Thompson with a bit more energy than everyone else because he's just come on. Cross into the box, but it's easily cleared. We have managed to retain possession, kind of. We've regained possession from that clearance. Thompson now. Thompson through on goal! Thompson's put that one away. I didn't think we were going to get a goal from there. It's a great finish there, really. Thompson, maybe this is the change. Thompson needs to come out on the right. Brown Sterling needs to go up front. Problem solved. I'm a genius. Thompson, that was a great finish. That was a great finish for a non-league player. Fantastic finish there. Can we just see it out into the end of the match now, please, guys? Because we are so far ahead. We deserve this. This puts us back in the playoff positions. Can we do it? We can. It's a 2-1 win against Gateshead. I am left wondering why we can win 2-1 against Gateshead, but we can't win against, at that point, 18th place Curzon Ashton. Such a frustrating team. But nevertheless, we have got a win to finish off that episode. I am more than happy with that. That is a good finish. And I think before I forget, I think we are going to do it. I think we need to put Brown Sterling back up front and Thompson out on that wing. Maguire's not really doing much. Lewis McNowell not really doing much. So why not go back to that formation? And looking at our matches coming up then, we are going to come straight back tomorrow with the next 2 matches. Mainly because I want to show you this FA Trophy 4th round against Farsley Celtic. Because it is a match between the first place and second place teams for coolest logo in the league, and I'll let you decide which one is which. But here's hoping we can get 2 more good results tomorrow and start building some momentum going forward. If you haven't made it to the end of the video and you haven't already, why not pop down and hit the subscribe button and join the channel while you are here. As always though guys, thank you very much for watching, and if you have enjoyed today's content, why not have a look at this one next?